Wadlington, and I am the school counselor over at South Elementary. And I'm so glad that you joined us today for Coffee with a Counselor, because today we're going to be talking about a very important topic, and that is bullying. What it is, and what you can do if your child experiences, witnesses, or engages in bullying behavior. And although bullying is an uncomfortable topic that no one really enjoys talking about, it's something that young people are facing, which is why it's important to educate ourselves and our students. And if you have any questions or concerns at the end of this presentation, then feel free to reach out to your school's counselor or principal in order to get those concerns addressed. All right, let's go ahead and get started.
We have to look at the definition of bullying. There are so many misconceptions about what bullying actually is. It's important to understand there's a difference between conflict, a mean moment, and bullying. In order for something to be bullying, it has to meet 4 different criteria. First, it has to be intentional. Bullying does not happen by accident. Second, it also must be repeated, occurring more than one time. If it only occurs once, it is not bullying, but instead it is a person being mean. Next, bullying is intended to cause harm. Kids often say or do things that they think are funny, but end up being harmful. If the intent is not to cause harm, whether that's physical, emotional, or other, then it's not bullying. And lastly, for it to be true bullying, it also must be one-sided. This means that only the person doing the bullying is engaged in the hurtful behavior. If both people are doing it, it is conflict and not bullying. Another common misconception about bullying is that it's only physical. Thankfully, I think the media is starting to debunk this myth, but it is important to know that bullying can also include verbal bullying, emotional bullying, and cyberbullying. Verbal bullying includes name-calling, threats, and inappropriate comments. Emotional bullying, which can be also referred to as relational bullying, includes exclusion, manipulation, spreading rumors, humiliation, things of that nature. And lastly, cyberbullying is bullying done via technology. It can include threatening messages, creating a fake account, posting inappropriate photos, things along that line. When talking about bullying with your children, it is best to be proactive. Make sure that they know what to do if they are ever being bullied or see bullying happen. Making sure they know how to handle bullying ahead of time can help them make safer decisions when and if something happens. First and most important thing to make sure your children know is that they should tell an adult immediately if they experience or witness bullying. Remind them that this is unsafe behavior, that reporting it does not make them a tattletale, and that they won't get in trouble for telling an adult. Another important thing for children to remember if they see or experience bullying is to stay calm. Bullying back or responding angrily can make things worse. If your child experiences bullying, other strategies they can use include walking away, directly telling the person to stop, or using humor to diffuse a situation. Remind your child that if he or she sees bullying, it is important not to join in. Sometimes the person doing the bullying is looking for approval or laughs from the crowd. It is best to stand up for the person being bullied and to tell the person doing the bullying to stop, and that what they're doing is not funny or okay. If possible, they can help the target get away from the situation. Many parents often wonder what they can do if their child is the one who is doing the bullying. Although this can definitely be an uncomfortable topic to discuss, it is important to remember that your child's behavior choices does not mean that you are a bad parent. It can be easy to ignore, hide, or even justify your child's behavior, but it is important to make sure that everyone, including your child, stays safe. If you know or suspect that your child is engaging in bullying behaviors, here are some ways to respond. First, you need to tell your child that what he or she is doing is not okay. They need to hear that their behavior is not acceptable. Kids bully for a variety of reasons. In order to curb the behavior, it can be helpful to try to get to the underlying cause of the bullying. When we can understand why a child is bullying, we can help them find other ways to meet that need. As far as discipline goes, children do need to face consequences for bullying behavior. Examples of consequences are having the child write a note to the target and or restricting the child from going back to that setting where the bullying took place, if possible. Consequences can vary depending on the severity of the incident, where it occurs, and what the child was trying to accomplish through his or her behavior. Once the incident has been addressed, keep monitoring the situation to ensure that the behavior has stopped. I want you to remember, too, that you are not alone. Regardless of whether your child is the target, a bystander, or the person engaging in the behavior, please know that there is help and support for you. Here at school, we are able to hear any concerns you have. You can also reach out to your child's doctor, coaches, or child care provider for help as well. I hope you found this presentation on bullying informative and helpful. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to your child's school and to get those questions or concerns addressed.
So now that we've talked about the different aspects of bullying, I want you to remember that you are not alone. Regardless of whether your child is the target, a bystander, or the child engaging in the bullying behavior, there is help and support for you. Here at school, we are available and more than happy to listen to any concerns that you may have about your child in the school environment. You can also reach out to your child's doctors, coaches, or child care provider for help as well. Thank you for joining us today for Coffee with a Counselor. We hope that this was informative and helpful to you, and we look forward to you joining us next time. Have a great day.